Chen sucks at trilaning, right? He has no stun, he has almost no aggressive potential at level 1, he is very experience dependent. All of that is true, but it's only half the truth. In fact, there are games where trilaning is very viable as Chen, so in this video we're going to discuss when you should trilane, how you should trilane, and how you can convert an advantageous laning phase into a quick victory in this game of RodjER playing position 4 Chen.
My holiness deepens.
Welcome to the Church of Obelisk. So in this game we have here dual lane at the start here with Ursa and Chen, and another dual lane down here with Lich and Doom going up against this solo safe lane Timbersaw, and they're doing a good job of harassing him here. But of course this also means that the Ursa and Chen are now going up against a tri-lane consisting of RodjER, Disruptor and Silencer. It's a very tough lane, but it's also quite useful to keep this Timbersaw down. Timbersaw at level 1 is a very weak hero, so we can harass him at level 1. It's going to make this lane a lot easier for Doom. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to have this Lich and Doom stay here at the start, and then once Timbersaw hits level 3 and it's no longer very easy to harass this Timbersaw, the Lich is going to rotate to the top and they're going to match the tri-lane with the tri-lane. Right now they're getting pretty beat up here, but that's normal in a 2 vs 3 lane. But one thing that's good about Chen here is that he has a Divine Favor, which helps of course a lot with this harassment. And now he's recalled this Lich, and now they're matching this tri-lane. The thing about this lane that the Radiant is offering here is that they have these 3 squishy ranged heroes that all do a good amount of damage but can't really stand up to any damage. As long as they have the numbers advantage, it's very hard to contest them anyway. But as soon as it's even, the strength of this Ursa can really come into play, and especially combined with the slows offered by the Lich and the protection offered by his Frost Shield, they can do some good kills here. But right now this Lich is being gone on. They tried to get the kill on the Lich. Meanwhile Ursa is going on the Silencer, and Ursa gets the first blood and Lich dies second. That's a nice little win here. RodjER notices that this camp has been blocked, so he dewards it and eats this ward with a Tango to get the double region. And previously he's pulled into this camp, which is now being contested by this Drow lane. And Lich is currently not here, so they have to play a bit more carefully. And here takes over this Hill Troll Berserker, which I think is a mistake. Not sure if it's a misclick or it's deliberate. This Hill Troll Berserker does a little bit more damage than the Hill Troll Priest, but the Hill Troll Priest in the whole is so much stronger. Hill Troll Priest is one of the strongest creeps in the starts. It gives you so much mana and HP regen that it's a creep that it's basically the second best creep at the start, second only to the Harpy. It just offers you so much sustain in lane, and yeah, there's no reason really to take this Berserker creep here. Now RodjER is doing some jungling here, not sure if that's really the right call. He has no strong creeps, so it doesn't offer very much to this, but still the right clicks would help out a lot, and as it is, Lich is going to die here. And Ursa is going in here, but he can't. It's 1 against 3, so I have to retreat here, and Ursa is now also going to die. But meanwhile, Chen has managed to stack these 2 camps. This is stacked and this is stacked. So there's at least something he accomplished during that time. And now he also has a much stronger creep here in the Ogre Frost Mage, which allows him to give this Ice Armor, which is 6 armor, as well as slowing any attackers. Also works against ranged attackers, Chen 7.23. So this is a great ability here in this lane. And combining the 2 Frost Armors is great, obviously. Get the Ice Armor here from this Ogre Frost Mage and the Frost Armor from Lich, or Frost Shield. And then nothing really takes any damage. So it's just running these people down, and thanks to all this armor, he doesn't die very quickly. And this is a dead Disruptor. And Ursa is also very, very low, but he just keeps going. And he's gonna die here eventually. But they've gotten so many kills that this is very, very much worth it. And they even got a buyback here from this Disruptor. And they're gonna eventually find this Ursa. and he's going to pay with his life, but this is very much worth it. If you look at the net worth, this Ursa is not doing fantastically well, but he's still ahead of the Drow, more or less even now. He was a bit behind previously because they had this 2 vs 3 in for a while. So he's doing quite well considering. And Chen is now acquired a Harpy. This is a very good time to pick up a Harpy because this is night now and Harpy has full night vision. You can see how far you can see with this Harpy. And of course the Harpy also offers a lot of damage here from this Chain Lightning. What you want to do with this lane, with this Ursa lane, is just you want to constantly run at people. If you play this lane passively, you're guaranteed to lose this lane. You just have to run at people. Of course you have to do it smartly, you don't want to tower dive at 5 minutes. But playing like in here in this area, the map is perfectly fine. You can run this Disruptor down, and Disruptor can't do anything against this. You can juke a little bit here, but eventually Ursa is going to track him down. And in the meantime, Chen is just doing some farming in lane. Unfortunately, he lost the Harpy, which is a pity. It's important to keep that creeper alive because it's so valuable. But now he has this set a Mind Stealer, which can do some mana burning. It's not that great in the Trilane. They go in again, drive again. You just want to keep constantly running at people with this Ursa lane. The important thing to note here is that this is not that kind of Trilane where they just stick as 3 constantly. You've seen RodjER do some jungling here and there. You've seen some situations where Ursa was diving, but Chen couldn't really contribute anymore, and he went back, and as well as Lich. So they're not constantly sticking together. They're not constantly sharing XP 3 ways, because that's a sure way of losing in the end, even if you get some kills. So they're doing this, and meanwhile this buys time for this wave to push into the tower, and means they don't lose any XP here, because now this double wave will push out the wave to that tower, and then they can safely farm this wave. Ursa's just respawned. This wave is pushing in here, very valuable wave here, and because Drow is here, he just runs at her. You can't really stay in this lane and farm against Drow because she's going to harass you. And so he's just going to dive here. He's going to get the kill, and he's probably going to die himself as well, but that's okay. He got the kill first. Losing the end is a bit annoying, but it's not too big of a deal. And now Lich is able to catch up here a little bit on XP. Chen, meanwhile, is just doing some light jungling here. It's fine, you don't want to constantly stick around with the rest of your team because you do need your levels. So he's just going to farm some jungle camps here in between. Now he's finally finished his Helm of Dominator. And I say finally, but it's actually a really good timing, 820 on a position 4 Chen, which is more like playing more like a 4.5. He's also bought some wards here, some sentries. So this is not an ultra greedy Chen here. So considering that, this is an excellent timing on Dominator, and Dominator is the kind of item you want to get early. So rule of thumb is you want to get it before 10 minutes. Otherwise, you should not bother going for Dominator and instead just go for your mech, which of course also builds from the headrest with which you start. So he's doing some more farming. It's a bit difficult to do this creep. You don't want to lose this Ogre Frost Mage, but unfortunately he is going to die here against this next clap here, and down he goes. He managed to kill this creep, but unfortunately loses the Frost Mage. Could have been microed slightly better, but it's not the biggest deal. Now he also wants to, of course, get this Hellbear Smasher. And right now you have your strongest Chen. You have this Dominator, you have these 3 good creeps, 3 regular good creeps and a Dominator creep. So you can easily push these towers down. This Ember is also quite strong. He's had a good lane. And as has his Doom. Doom, with the advantage given him by the Lich at the start, was able to dominate this lane against Timbersaw. Timbersaw is one of those lane dominating heroes, but if he doesn't have a good start and he's playing a hero like Doom, who can easily withstand his harassment thanks to the region you get from Devour, and this is also why he put several points on the Devour in this lane. Big fight going on here on the enemy shrine, not the best position to fight, but they're quite strong, and Ember Spirit for some reason invisible. Some replay bug here. So they go on the Silencer, using the net here, but he doesn't manage to get off the clap here, but now Silencer decides he doesn't want to live anymore. I think if he just run here, he can possibly escape here. Ember Spirit might catch him, but yeah, maybe the ward is more important.
I'll take that.
And now we see Chen has gone for Bassi, which is a great follow-up item, helps you with your mana regen, and can later be built into a Vlad's. But in this case, Doom already has that, so that's fine. See Chen doing the Roshan together with Ursa. Maybe you want to keep this wolf alive a bit better. This wolf is almost dead. If there's a bash here, this wolf can die, but he gets lucky. Also, want to keep watch out for your wolves. Wolves have less attack range than other creeps, 90 attack range instead of the 100 that most other creeps have. So Roshan will always tend to focus this wolf. You have to be careful there not to lose this very valuable creep. Chen is wrapping around here on this timber saw, and Ursa just tries to dive in but doesn't quite work, but Ursa still has his Aegis, so he can play very aggressively here and just throw his body at the enemy, and they do indeed get this disruptor, force out his ultimate and only get the Aegis with that. And the silence gets thrown out here, but what does that really do? The Dire team is just much stronger here and get all these kills and the tower. And from here you can just keep pushing these towers. You have infinite sustain thanks to this Dominate aura, this Divine Favor aura, and the Vlad's aura from Doom. Vlad's aura also stacks with the Basili's aura from Chen. They have lots and lots of mana regen as well. This is a team that's just not going to stop, and you can just snowball here and overrun the enemy. Fortification gets used. You have to be careful not to lose your creeps to this fortification. This Alpha especially is almost dead here, and he tries to pass on the aggro here on this Hello Smash. Doesn't quite manage it, so he loses this one creep, but that's okay. Now he's just going to do this Ancient Black Dragon while his team is going high ground. Maybe not quite the right priorities. Also, he loses the Alpha Wolf here. That's a pity. Definitely should be helping on his team right now instead of farming these creeps. But on the way here is going to pick up a Wildwing Ripper, which can help protect the Armor Aura and this Tornado. And right now he's just very important actually for this team, because he's their primary source of building damage. Both Ursa and this Ember Spirit deal very little building damage, and Doom also no building damage really. So these creeps are quite important to this snowballing playstyle here. They try going for this high ground, but it's not that easy. They have this rather low Ursa, so decide to back off a little bit. They don't have Doom available right now, and have Chen ultimate available, so it makes sense to back off a little bit here and regroup here. Also, most of the creeps were dead, so it makes sense to back off. You don't want to throw away your lead with a bad high ground siege. Next item for Chen here is a mech, very canonical, very standard. This is just a good follow-up, helps you a lot with fighting. And we see another silence being used here. Try to save this Drow, and Drow still dies thanks to this Spirit Vessel from Ember Spirit. Very good choice to go for the Spirit Vessel against this Timber Saw. You could also go for Spirit Vessel on Doom, but should go for it either on the Doom or the Ember Spirit just to get it very, very early. If we wait for this Chen or this Lich to farm it, it's going to take a lot longer. And Chen could have farmed it here. Chen is having a really good game here. He's third in net worth actually, but in a normal game, most situations, relying on position 4 to buy this is a bit too slow. But right now here we see an abandon coming out of the silencer, and after that everyone else leaves, and this game is over. So what did we learn? When should you trilane? Well, in this game the decision to trilane was very easy because they were going up against this Timber Saw. Timber Saw is just no longer susceptible to harass once he's level 3 against most lanes, and Glitch and Doom just don't do enough here. And Doom is one of those heroes who can actually stand up against a Timber Saw. So in this case it was a really good decision to go for the tri-lane, as well as of course against this triple ranged lane you just have to run at, and if you're doing 2 versus 3 it's not going to work. So in this case it was a very strong tri-lane. Generally speaking, you will be careful with tri-laning on Chen because you don't want to be caught out with very low level. You don't want to run around with a level 4 Chen at 10 minutes. This is very bad, so you always saw RodjER sneaking some XP here and there from the lane or from jungle creeps to keep up his farm and his XP especially. It of course doesn't always go as well as it did in this game, but generally speaking, like if you're not getting what you want out of dual lanes, definitely consider going for a tri-lane, and this can help you have a much better early game and also get these quick victories. If you want to see more Chen content and content about other micro heroes, please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell. And in the meantime, I'm going to leave you with this game, specially curated by Obelisk himself, and Obelisk willing, I'll see you there.